Hello friends, welcome back to the channel and thank you all so much for your support. It's been a while since I posted a video. So today we'll be making homemade marshmallow fondant. It needs just a few ingredients and it's way cheaper than buying fondant from the store. So we need 1 kilogram of icing sugar, 500 grams of marshmallows. I like to use the small ones, the miniature ones, because they melt more easily than the big ones. Then we'll need a 1/4 cup of vegetable shortening and 1 tablespoon of clear corn syrup. This is the ingredient that makes this fondant really nice and stretchy. So go ahead and cut out the 1/4 cup of vegetable shortening. The packaging has a label on it, so I'll just use that to cut out the 1/4 cup. It has a measurement actually. So before I start mixing, I put on some gloves because the marshmallows are pretty sticky and I don't want them sticking to my hands or fingers. And I'll also apply some of the shortening to the bowl and wooden spoon so that the marshmallows don't stick as much on them. And then I'll use the scale to weigh the quantity of marshmallows we need. So we're aiming for 500 grams of marshmallows to 1 kilogram of icing sugar. I think I was just measuring it in the cup first to see how many of those cups will give me 1 kilogram of marshmallows, and it ended up being about 2 of those cups, 500 ml cups. So yeah, we have 500 grams of marshmallows. So we're going to add a 1/4 cup of water just to help the marshmallows not to stick a lot to the bowl and to help them melt more easily. And then I'm going to put it in the microwave at 30-second intervals. The first 30 seconds it didn't melt much, so I'll keep repeating the process until it's all melted. While it's in the microwave, I'll cut the bag of sugar and keep it ready for use. So after the second 30 seconds, so after a minute, it has started melting, but not quite enough yet. So we'll keep repeating the process, and yeah, that's the third time. So after about 2 minutes, that's when the marshmallows actually melted completely. So I'm putting it for one last 30 seconds. So that has been 2 minutes now and the marshmallows are melted. There's still a few that are not quite melted yet, but since the bowl is still hot and the contents are still hot, we'll just keep stirring until we get all of them to melt. And we have a smooth consistency. It's good to get it smooth before you add in the icing sugar so your fondant doesn't have any lumps in it. So now that it's all melted, we're going to add our secret ingredient, which is the corn syrup. We're adding just a tablespoon of that. It will help make the fondant even more stretchy. That's white corn syrup, or light corn syrup. Yeah, it's light. It's not really white, but light. We'll add that in and mix to combine before we start adding the icing sugar. So now it's time to add the sugar. I'll add about a bag of the icing sugar and mix in the bowl, and then the other half I'll put it on the countertop and start kneading. So when it starts getting a little thicker and the marshmallows are getting off the sides of the bowl, I'll put the rest of the icing sugar on the counter. First of all, I apply some of the shortening on the counter too, just to prevent it from sticking. So I spread the icing sugar and then put the marshmallow and icing sugar mixture on top, so it's not sticking on the countertop. I also get some shortening on my hands or on my gloves, so it's not sticking. Then I'll just kind of fold it in until all the sugar is incorporated into the marshmallows. So now I've gotten most of the sugar into the marshmallows and I'll start kneading. Now it's not as sticky as it was before, so we're almost reaching the right consistency. So I'll keep kneading until it's the perfect consistency, which will not be too stretchy and not too hard. So you have to watch it to make sure we don't add too much icing sugar and then the fondant will be too, should I say, hard, like, yeah, not really stretchy enough. Then it's gonna be breaking when you are trying to roll it and cover a cake. Yeah, it's a long process but worth it and much cheaper than buying store-bought fondant. So we have about the right consistency, so it's not too stretchy but stretchy enough so it's not breaking when you're covering a cake. So it's good now, and I'm just kneading it a little bit more. It's a good arm workout. So yeah, it's ready. So I'm just pulling it to see how stretchy it is, and it's stretchy enough. It doesn't break right away, but it's not too stretchy or sticky, so it's the perfect consistency. So at this point I'm going to add some shortening to it to prevent it from drying out, to keep it nice and soft. Then I knead that in. I knead the shortening in. We used about a quarter cup of shortening, including the one we applied on the bowl, on the spatula, on my hands. So I've just cut a little piece to roll it out, and you see how stretchy it is. Even though it's not very good to use it right away, like right after you make it, because it won't be really what should I say, yeah, it's not the best to use when right after you make it. It's good to keep it for at least a day or two before you use it. So I'm just going to wrap it well in plastic wrap and store it for use later. When you're wrapping it, make sure you really cover the whole thing well so no air touches it, because air will make it dry out and it will not be as stretchy. So I will leave this one white and just put it aside, and I'll use the rest of the marshmallows. Remember, we used just 500 grams out of the 1 kilogram bag. I'll use the rest to make another batch of fondant and color it red and blue because I need it for cake. So I'm just repeating the same process. I just fast forwarded it so you don't have to make the video very long. I just want to do it so that I can show you how to color the fondant. So it takes on color very well. You can either leave it white or color it to whatever color you would like. So yeah, just repeating the same process with the rest of the ingredients. So I don't make my own fondant all the time. I do this when I have enough time. Most of the time I just buy it from the store, but when I have enough time I like to do this because it saves some money, and it's also, yeah, homemade always tastes better. Plus it's an easy recipe because the marshmallows are already pre-made, so you just mix it with the icing sugar and it's an easy process. So this is ready, and I've divided it into two parts. I'm going to color one red and the other one blue. I'll cover the other half while it's waiting so it doesn't dry out. For the red color, I'm using a Mary color super red. It's usually not easy to achieve the red color. Sometimes with some brands of food coloring you have to put a lot to achieve the deep red color, and sometimes that can make your icing or fondant really better. But I've noticed that the American is nice and stretchy. Yeah, so I'm just going to wrap them and put them away for use later. So I'm not going to show you how I use this fondant in this particular video because it will be too long. I might do that in another video. If it was for you, please give it a thumbs up, share and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you all so much for sticking around, and I'll see you in my next video.